Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the Big Sleepover Moviecast. It's October, so we're watching scary films. Tonight, from 1999, an American teen horror comedy film directed by Rodman Flender, it's Idle Hands. Idle Hands stars Devon Sawa, Seth Green, Boo, Eldon Henson, Jessica Alba, and Vivica A. Fox. There's also some choice cameos in this film that we will recognize as they pop up on screen. Now, this film is a bit of a satire. Obviously, a possessed hand is the realm of Sam Raimi and the Evil Dead movies. But Idle Hands takes that and says, well, what if that was just a stoner comedy as well? Now, this movie was a bomb, had a budget of 25, only recovered 4.2. It's since become a cult hit and is on the right side of history, with a famous Joe Lieberman quote that you can find on Wikipedia. This is a 100% sleepover classic, one of my good friend's most favorite movies to watch, and as we both drooled over Jessica Alba. But enough idle chit-chat. Let's get into Idle Hands itself. I've got the title track from the Blu-ray pulled up, scrub backwards to 0000, and I'm going to do the countdown 3, 2, 1, go, and on go, or let's say boo for the season. On boo, we'll both click play. 3, 2, 1, boo. You should hear a intro theme playing over this Splash logo. Columbia, a Sony Pictures Entertainment company. And this film is 100% a sleepover favorite, as I've mentioned in the intro. Watched it quite a few times. Very excited to own the Blu-ray Collector's Edition. I would buy this on 4K. It's a legend of these types of movies, as we discussed. This very liquid intro, very stop motion animation, is more of the homage to the Evil Dead. Devon Sawa. Whatever happened to Devon Sawa? Kind of went up through the early aughts and then disappeared. Seth Green. Going to go ahead and make some controversy right now. Not a huge fan of Seth Green. Don't want to get into it. I'm sure I'll get into it as we go. There's one role of his that I like. Oh, Fred Willard, R.I.P. And that would be a definite stay tuned once we get to the good movies that I like of the 90s, the legendary ones. With this film, toes that line between kind of sleepover scary movie, sexy movie with with not a lot of boobs. It's not at the level of a boob comedy of the 80s. And rewatching this recently, I forgot how long it takes to get into the real meat of this. I think Devon Sawa does an excellent job, by the way. Jessica Alba is gorgeous, and this was, the pubescent fantasy object that we made her out to be, dressed up like that angel, right? Who can forget that? If you haven't seen this film before and you're watching it for the first time with me, I'm going to spoil it this time. I can react to it because I've seen it a lot, but there's just a lot of memories here. I'm trying to look between the lines at certain things. That's an interesting window up there. Barred window in the attic. Or the second bedroom. Scared to get broken into. There he is. What a nice old house. Who has wallpaper still? Happy Halloween, y'all. Good night. It's a lot of screaming. You know, I would probably think it's my punk son playing a joke. You might pull out a gun, depending on what kind of household this is. Mm. So, if you've listened to this movie cast, you've heard me talk a lot about pot comedies that aren't pot comedies. I guess because it detracts from the mainstream appeal or pushes it into some sort of R rating we had here. But this is another one of those, except he does actually smoke some pot in it, unlike some of the more famous ones. But it's not a pot comedy like Dazed and Confused or, you know, certainly any of the Cheech and Chong movies or Stay Tuned Half Baked. Stay tuned also Dazed and Confused. The coolness factor that follows that movie is up there with like Empire Records, and both of which we'll have to revisit. She makes her own cornucopias. Mm, what a nice looking kitty. Does it like to be cuddled like that? I don't know. We probably dope the cat up for this. Yeah, it wants to be put down. So there's a lot of accompanying uh, extras for this. Anton lives in the attic, which would be so cool, right? Such separation. Um, not sure if it's mentioned that Evil Dead is such a archetype for what this movie does. Got a little Halloween take there for a half second on the theme. I mean, I think he would hear his mother screaming at this point. You know, there's a lot of noise here, and stoned or not, he would be hearing it. Headphones or not, too, as well. You know, the lesson here is we instantly empathize with this lady, but how helpless is she? You know, that's the real thing here, and the real tragedy is this person is so utterly helpless that she, you know, can't even dial 911. And that's a sad reality. We get older and we get less able to take care of ourselves. Oh, is that too dark for you on Halloween? Camera movement isn't bad. The transfer isn't horrible. It's much better than the DVD version, which I also own. Here's the joke from the commercial. Yeah. That's the look we rocked a lot, y'all. Gray t-shirt and boxers. Ladies, should we bring that look back? We don't all look like Devon Sawa, who was apparently a teen idol, but I think he kind of grew up into be kind of a rather butch looking man. Which isn't a bad thing either. But he is in one of my all-time favorite movies, which will be a top-tier sleepover film. But I won't mention the name. But if you like Devon Sawa, you've probably seen it. But it's a legend in the comedy game, I think. The vague punk die out here. All right, so see, he is blazing some weed. Yep, definite drug consumption. Not intense though, but just steady. And now he's out of fucking grass. Bummer. I'm dry. Rich kid, so this is a suburban adventure too. Bon Jovi light. Nice truck. Ah, sublime. More drugs. The dude love relationship here. He was holding. Yeah, maybe if you didn't use stupid lingo with your best friends. Be like, bitch, homunculus, don't judge me. Yeah, sounds nice. Except they don't really have a party, right? They're a small party of friends here. They don't have a lot of friends in general. Now, how old are they supposed to be, right? Seth Green looks like he's 38. So I was a little bit younger looking. Again, I mean, I think you should go to jail for that. That's a sex crime. I mean, no, I think they would all be like into her being the neighbor. He does have a disturbing obsession, but it really just easily works out for him, which is the weird thing. And the weirder he gets, the easier it is for him. What is with the uncomfortable sitting position of Seth Green? Laid back but hunched forward. It's just his body is small, and I don't understand how that would work. Ew. He just cheesed his own dick. Her lyrics book. Are they badass? No high schooler's writing is badass. I'm sorry, it's just not possible. That's literally kind of what happens, though, you know? Like, I remember talking to my friends about why is she so suddenly horny for this dude? No. He was just touching his dick with that hand. Just didn't want to smoke with Anton. The guy's a weirdo. Damn. Kind of a big hit of that fake weed. Oh, don't smell things, bro. He is pretty greasy in this. Girls, is that what y'all liked about him? That he's greasy? All right, here's our B plot. Beaver, Utah. So the only reason you would know that name is if you are aware of a very small cult film or trio of films called the Beaver Trilogy. So you can thank me later. Go watch it. We might cover it on this movie cast, although it was definitely not a sleeper. I was not aware of it. Oh, Vivica A. There's been a lot of Vivica on this movie cast, and honestly, I could deal with a little more. She was kind of in peak form around here. Plus, Beaver is just a funny name. Ha ha ha, Beaver. It's either a fat, deadly rodent or a really hairy vagina. Well, that was perfect. Except for the other, like, three kind of up there randomly. But I guess if you're kind of like, someone to follow this around in your Airstream, you're kind of unhinged, right? That's what we call a match cut. And take out the saturation. And throw in a bunch of smoke bombs for no reason in the alleyway. Wouldn't you, notice something is different? Being stoned does not make you want to go into scary places. Very much the opposite. Cops, man. And the classic example why they're cops, right? I like that guy, though, on the left. Uh-huh. The evidence room. You know, cops and villains just kind of goes together, right? You kind of expect it. I think, there's a quote circulating the internet saying, ain't nobody write the song Fuck the Fire Department. Littering and? Littering and? Well, don't do it, bro. Dead, I am the one exterminating son. Yeah, Rob. This Psycho Billy is what this shit was called, right? Ew, no. I mean, his parents have been dead for days, right? Or how long has it been? 1 day, maybe? 2 days? 3 days? Did fast breathing to catch up. Good sound design. It's a deep ass hit he just took of whatever that shit was, because it's definitely not weed, right? Oh man, when you hit something that just shouldn't be in your body, that's not gonna help. Soap is not gonna help. You might be a little high from the brain damage though. Eating all that nasty blood. But what's nastier is the amount of mayo that's going into this. It's just, this is really horrific for me and probably many of you. Ugh. Uh, See, kitties need meat to eat, and he probably isn't feeding either of his animals. That's a great shot. It's good to have the dog there, though, for protection. It's true. This house is uniquely painted, though, isn't it? I know it's an older house, and with the wallpaper and the wood, it's pretty. Interesting glass and whatnot. That's the parents' bed. It's an oddly small bed, isn't it? Right? Queen? Yeah. Duke is so chill. It's your Looney Tunes moment. And here is where we get a kind of unbelievable arc here. I think vomit could certainly happen, but everything that doesn't happen after this, though, is not realistic. Right there. I mean, do they still want to hang out with him? They didn't smoke with him earlier. If they'd smoked with him, everything probably would have been fine. There's the Seth Green we all know and love. So it knocked over that burger bag. That's something to notice, right? I like that. Good job. Someone's trying. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Although they're clearly dead. That said, they're all handling this very, very well for high school seniors. And at this stage in the 90s, post OJ trial, you know not to fuck with the crime scene. We all know what DNA evidence is, right? Ant for Anton. Duh. Good shot, though. Look at that shot. Their color, their set, their costume design matching the set there is nice too. Adds to the picturesque quality of this. I believe this movie had, at its time, very heralded special effects. No one would make that association. And that's a very loose connection that could have used better build up. You cut a lot of shit just to add that. We didn't need all the scenes of Anton being a stoner slacker. Wasted time with that fucking mayo. We don't need to see that shit. We need to see the other stuff. We knew who Anton was from the first depiction of him. Suddenly a black light is on there for no reason. It's another little mysticism. It's a good shot. Yeah. You should have done that before. Nobody would get high right now. You don't get high when you're panicking. You want to have bigger panic attacks? Smoke some fucking weed. Or do something that makes you lose even more control when you just want to chill. Here comes the superhuman strength. And here comes the super animated, cracked out Anton. Devin Sawa does a great job. This and fidgeting. It's almost like he knew what meth was like. It's not how weed works, son. Again, good sound design. He's a cold-blooded killer. Everybody forgives everybody in this, that moves quickly. Here we go with the hand. Look, if you're ever pursued by anyone, crazy hand or not, don't forget that a swift kick in the nards will incapacitate most dudes. He's wobbling all down like that. Okay, all right, I see you. I'm just going to run up and drop kick you in the dick. And then that's going to stun you, and I'm going to get the fuck out of there. This is the scene, right? This is the scene you will have remembered from MTV or something. It was actually very well shot. Right here, a little CGI. Here it goes. Looking at this Blu-ray. We're okay with the blood. Looks pretty good. Still looks pretty good. Did a good job. Dutch angle. A moving Dutch angle. It actually really helps. Forgot about that scene. It really helps the movie to have this in here. The humor mix is pretty well balanced. And the set design is great. Or if this was just a house, great. Either way. Colors, beautiful. So this is the moment of the regret. Okay, I mean, yeah, I think I would be more destroyed. What could bring you out of this funk? Oh, a beautiful woman, of course. Not sure if that's a reference to something. I haven't seen that film, but I'm pretty sure there's another film this is based on, but the evil in the hand just has to be Evil Dead. It got in my hand. It went bad, so I had to cut it off. And he has to do the same thing. Literally, this is the same arc. And so much is borrowed from Bruce Willis. No, Bruce Campbell on this, where the goofiness, the laughing, they had him watch that to learn how to react. See, react with the hand, act opposite of the hand. And we'll watch those movies on this movie cast eventually. God, killed the cat. Always remember that. The cat would be dead. But pussy brings you to pussy, right? So I see you. I see you, writer, director. That was a great dismount, by the way. Was that a reverse shot? They filmed that in reverse, or did he just had the flexibility to do that? Anyway, good physical acting and meow. Okay, what's up? Where does Alba rank in the hotties of this era? She's like kind of a latecomer, right? I mean, Jennifer Love Hewitt ruled this game. But Mini Graphic Tee, What's up? It would not be until my first girlfriends where I'd show up in the middle of the night and make out for hours. I think I've already described this on this movie cast, right? But I have strong opinions on that and fond but vivid memories. Yeah, my bush. Here's the meatballs aspect. Mm, do you? Yeah. Okay. I mean, he smells, he's covered in blood, he's acting weird, and she is just into it. Wow. Talk about just cannot fail, man. He is destined to get it wet. And why is the hand against it? The hand is a horn dog later. That haircut. It's kind of like a hipper version of the Karen. That accent. He's a New Yorker. Yep, she's back into it. Again, interesting decor for a high school teenager, but, makes her seem mystical and cool. She's into it. She's into everything sadistic, isn't she? Oh, yeah? Mm. And that squeaky voice. I'm not kidding. Yep. And then he grabs her ass and locks in and then digs her up by the butthole. Like he was digging into her butthole there. But she's really into it, see? Yeah, there were no girls like this. If you met a girl like this and you acted like that and this happened to you, well, then God bless you. Definitely, I feel like saying this implies something at a high school level that I'm not meaning it to, but I've definitely had girls throw themselves at me, but they were not Jessica Alba. And I never did anything like this, and I never got violent. But then again, talk to you Gen Z girls and late millennial girls, and y'all are into that shit, huh? I met a girl once at a jazz club. I was talking to her, and I was like, look, I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not into like aggressive sex. And that was obviously a non starter, as I knew it would be. By the way, I'm into sex. I'm into physical sex. I'm into vulnerability and connection and kissing like this, right? This isn't aggressive sex. This is mostly very tender. And I like that. But no, you have your own. And she was like, well, I just got beat up the other day and I just loved it. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, what does that mean? Beat the pussy up? I imagine her getting punched in the face. And I was like, well, I'm not into that. So, cool. I don't know. I guess guys are into it too. I really don't understand humans in general. Yeah, at least she's self aware. Mm. There's that strong 90s girl I miss. Biting that bottom lip. So this backyard looks in the scene eerily similar to the Step Brothers, kind of. It's that Southern California backyard. or a set, right? That they maybe used. And this, you could have done more backstory about the hand and the evil, gotten rid of this soliloquy. We don't need this shit. Yeah, I mean, he's just done with it. I mean, he's already passed through the stages of grief. Like, where's anger? Where's bargaining? I've reached acceptance. Bye. This disaffected youth, though, just seems so cool to be unaffected by things. I mean, his voice is his biggest defeating factor. Like the great stone face, Buster Keaton. It's a hell of a compliment to give him. I mean, he's nowhere near as physical as Buster Keaton. He probably knows who Buster Keaton is and likes him. As you should, if you're an actor. If you're into this, you should know the fucking history. I really like the direction in this film. Like, honestly, cinematography direction is great. There is a polish to all of this that belies the cheesy lighting effects and surprisingly great and subtle use of CG. Should have reached his hand out through. Oh, wait, he does. Classic homage. If you're a fan of scary movies, horror movies, you'll probably, know more archetypes than I do. But I would say scary movies, just thinking about them, came in several ways, right? And Kubrick excluded, who is just a master at everything. But no scary movie trilogy, or not trilogy, no scary movie marathon would be complete without The Shining or 2001, which I believe is a horror movie, space horror. And really, the kind of modern horror movies go back to Romero, right? They're coming to get you, Barbara. But the 70s, especially like mid to late 70s, were like the first sort of wave of horror. Then you had the 80s where it really cheesy, like everything we liked about these cheesy 90s movies was done to perfection in the 80s. More tits, more drugs, more rock and roll, more fucking punk kids cruising around, staying up late, breaking curfew, right? Like, it was much better in the 80s. Some pretty good puppetry. I like the special effects. And again, every scene is color balanced. That's some fucking Wes Anderson shit right there, Good makeup on Seth there. And Seth is just cruising in his Jewish California demeanor here. So this is third wave cheesy horror, right? I guess you could say fourth wave, because we had the B movies of the 50s too, right? It came from Planet whatever. So like 50s, 60s, that's the first one. '70s era is raw, man. There's some good examples. Massacre at Central High. If you haven't seen that, it has a release on Blu-ray that is fantastic and is a fantastically weird, odd film. It's an overt or is pop culture-y as the 90s kind of polluted everything, right? 80s is more pop culture-y, very much so, but has the 80s like roughness and the cocaine as the number one drug vibe. 90s weed was back to being number one, but after a heroin epidemic and just a real apathy. I know a lot about Satan, sir. What do they know about that? Everyone knows about Satan. Okay, so here comes a cameo. Tom DeLonge from Blink 182. And you'll blink and miss it, but he's in this film. Little guy with a big truck. What are we trying to say? What's up, Bon Jove? Moving in for the kill. I mean, that said, not to make, Short King inadequacy jokes, but like that is a big ass truck. That's a monster truck. I, as a tall man, would look short next to it, but I love the age of it. I like old things. I would love to have that truck, but just not nearly as big. Oh, ouch. There you go. 90s. Well, did they? Epic line. Hilarious. And also, what kind of twins ask the same girl out on a double date? I guess it's a bartering chip. It's the icebreaker. That parking lot looks eerily like the Workaholics parking lot, does it not? Yeah, I mean he's going crazy. He likes him though. Otherwise he would get mad. Yeah. Oh yeah? Yeah. We all have these New York accents and I can't do accents. I'm doing a fake California bro accent. Yeah, I mean 3 shocks on the front fucking axle. Come on now. I mean that's a dick move. He didn't have to do that. Let's see big ass Tom DeLonge though. New album coming out. The original trio at the time of this recording. I didn't go to the reunion tour, although it was definitely outshadowed by Taylor Swift. I wonder if they commented on that. I'm not even going to mention Taylor Swift because somehow that will come back to haunt me. There he is. Big Tom. I'm going to go look at aliens on my brain. A bowl of raw meat would not be there by the window. Now would it? Wow, throwing out the homophobia, aren't we? And he's not wrong in what he's saying. Metal music is, in terms of complexity, usually up there behind prog rock, behind jazz, and behind classical as the top. How do you have the money, sir? He looks like he works a few jobs. Also, his age is indeterminate. He might be in his mid 20s. There we go. I had this album. Still do. Dun 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 dun. Big hit. Wow. Another gay joke. Let's count them up. His mom did it, right? Interesting connection there. Here come the cheese dicks. Yeah, what did I say? Mid 90s? Sorry, this is 1999. This is late 90s. This is post 90s. Yeah, we would watch this after the initial excitement of the 1998 was a big year, but 96 through 98 were big years because those were years I was in middle school and more impressionable. High school was its own beast, and by 99 I was in it, but I was back to being a loser in terms of the social struggle. You guys know what I'm talking about. But like a phoenix, I rose from those ashes through intense and weird social battles. I don't know. I mean, the cops would be shooting, right? I mean, especially these cops. Suddenly they're going to do a non lethal takedown? Oh, hell no. They blast his ass. Yep, he's about to fire. Pop, pop, pop. That would be it. He's dead. I guess they know him, though. There's that childhood thing. He would be shot for sure there. T2 death. Stun gun wouldn't do that to you, but cool. That would hurt getting stunned in the face, but you wouldn't die, I don't think. More reaction shots spliced in. See? Or coverage? Is that? No. You never had one. There you can see the taint, the digital taint on that special effects shot. See? It's lower res, trying to match the saturation of the film stock here, but you can easily tell. This is what we call, yep, a foreshadow line. Unnecessary. In fact, we didn't even need him to say that. That should be after the fact, not before, director, but whatever. Here's apparently that was cute enough to be in the fucking commercial, wasn't it? God damn it, Seth Green. I dislike Seth Green not only for his face and his acting talent, but also for his voice. And that's saying a lot because now he's a big wig in the fucking animation biz, which is something I respect even more so than films. Probably didn't realize that about me. And I do not like his offerings and I do not like his voice. And I feel like if I were to be any less honest, he would also disrespect me. There's your moment. And there is your Evil Dead. All right, there is an artery in there that would be spurting until he did this, but hey. You are a Baywatch, bro. Which is it? Mm-hmm. All right, so the smell level on him would also start to get to Jessica Alba. There's something about that, right? The dirt, the crust hippie. Is that what it is? You know, I just, it all ends in the high school party, as everything should, right? That's a classic Carrie moment. It's a classic, just scary movie moment. It's obviously all the screams affected this film from the lighting and the sort of jump scares. But I still don't know what you did last summer came before this, and the second one, I think. So this was way late in the game. This was the post. Was that green light again for no reason? Where's it coming from? Ooh la la. And we have the devil and the angel. Love the symbolism. I'm horny, Anton. I need to bang. Well, he is a murderer. He has actually killed two people. The other hand killed the parents because it wasn't Anton, right? It was the hand in the bag of food, or I don't know how that happened, but he somehow got the bag of food with the ears in it. So I assume the hand got there that way. It's ill defined. Even now, I've seen this movie like a dozen times. So if you know better than me, go ahead and put the answer in the fucking comments for everyone else, because it should just be explicit. But I'm pretty sure the hand traveled in there. So also, Vivica Fox is on her way here. She's driving. This is also very Evil Dead. She is very persistent. I think I would have left. Nobody's going to wait that long anymore banging on a door. Neighbor's going to come outside, right? Back in the day, if you were a kid, you could fucking make noise outside and your neighbors didn't care. Hate to tell Gen Z this now, but like that's how it used to be. Target bag. It's good feedback. It's what you say in therapy. Cool. Cute. Again, you can tell it's the CG scene because they had to remove his head and add his head. But I've still seen worse. It's like, oh, we can't afford any more of these scenes. Here's that animatronic head. Evil Dead for sure. Sam Raimi tribute. Broken Glass. Green light for no reason. Interesting, right? Film's sort of calling card. He does have a youthful vibe about him. I mean, she's dumb as dirt. Like, literally, her character is fucking stupid. But that's fine. She's very pretty and covered in glitter, and he's very horny. He also just leaves his budding girlfriend there on the side of the road, which, if he's going to be okay with everything else, he needs to be okay with just moving forward here. Here we have a scene from the chewed that very well. It would not be that liquid, but cool. You need more than that strip, but cool. And also, yeah, fuck you, Seth Green, for propagating evil in this film. Oh, it's making good time now. Although it can fly sometimes, it's going to crawl now. Adam's Family vibes, right? This guy bowls. All right, that's cool. Big Lebowski was hot a year ago. Oh, as in Vivica A. Oh, oh, sweet thing. Randy. The town's called Bowling. This is a ripoff of Big Lebowski. And this is only adjacent to the Big Lebowski. Right. Yeah. All right. Great van, by the way. Airstream van. It's probably really expensive van too. I mean, I feel like the 80 yard something there. I'm listening on the headphones as you probably are, or maybe not. But if you heard the left side go out there, I think the 80 yard a curse word. Oh, nasty. So the zombie movie part's great, but they don't crave brains. Yeah, I guess women in these towns aren't caring about smell, so, his rotten ass dick. Oh, he does have a fat nug for him. Yeah. Can't be smoking weed. Not this time. Bullshit. Yeah. Nobody cares about the drug fucking use in this film. Nice onk. Haven't seen a lot of onks since the 90s either. British flag for some reason. He's got it though. Bro, you could shift with a stub. Since when is first gear down? Oh, killed her. Although they would have to run her over, but I guess not. Stupidly jacked up truck. Mm. Getting a little baked for this film, huh? For this Halloween. First of many to come on this Halloween. Mm. And the one titty scene, I believe, in this film. You know? But, cool. Yeah, wait, aren't these metalheads? And they're dressed up as Kiss. And they're listening to this. At least crack the windows. All right, enough neck kissing. You need to move to genitals, right? These people have been fucking for a while. Not a hard song, though. Sorry. There's your titties. And there's your cunnilingus. Well, he's really kind of kissing her ribs. Damn, that thumb of that creepy hand's getting on that nipple. Bad. Good hand actor. His hand can just explode people randomly. I think that's like that's a 60s Ford. 67, 68, 69 Ford. 67, I'm going to guess. Also a nice car. Yeah, they're so callous to death. I mean, I guess they're dead, but. Oh, and here we go. Everybody's favorite cameo, Offspring. Or Dexter only. I don't know which one, to be honest with you, but Dexter, who used to have those long blonde dreads. All right, Devil and Angel here are both fucking fine. These two girls doing it. They've already gossiped like that. They know. This dancing is obnoxious. Burger King Joker in the background. A skirt. Plenty of chicks. Yeah, I mean, if the girls in this town are too stupid to know what's going on, get it, y'all. Oh, and we have this little cameo, right? All right, so on the special features, if you buy this Blu ray, you'll see the original ending, which is not as funny, but maybe better, more realistic, more appropriate to the film. It's a lot of shooting that they redid. And that's an interesting fact about this movie is part of the polish is they actually financed a lot of reshoots. From a director's standpoint, he's certainly proud of it because he did a lot of these special feature things, but ugh. Mm. Yeah, I have strong memories of his dick getting ripped and also this pencil sharpening scene. And I guess you would be dead instantly from it. Maybe it killed him some other way. Instant death is not really realistic, you'll realize. It's a lot of suffering. Yep. Some Beavis and Butthead humor. So it looks like it's a 1982 Airstream 290 in the film. My Ford. Give him what for? That's some bad writing. I like how Ford Boy is up on this demonic possession shit. So he's his de facto older brother. He's proud of him. You got a girlfriend? So that's the original ending. And just to give you the spoiler, it drowns her. It wants to drown her in the school pool. School pool. But I remember there's interesting facts about that pool and also where they shot this. Like it's some, warehouse that was abandoned or school that was abandoned and like disgusting and covered in bird shit. But they cleaned it up. They filmed that other scene, but that's not the scene we get. We get the power of pot here. And yeah, look at him go. Dude, she is just on top of it. These girls are sexual predators in this town. Singing to her. Random shot, right? I feel like normally they'd have more girls teeny bopping for Dexter being the rock star, especially an established one at this point. Not only an established one, but a guy who then later made a pop fucking hit. Maybe that's why. Sold out and made the Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Now, why don't you get a job? I won't play. I won't play. Any day. Kid. A little CGI. I mean, it's well done. Tom DeLonge should have gotten murdered in this. Now we get the pandemonium here, and the final chase, and a little Die Hard action. Yeah, I mean that's a fair assessment. You've known him for what? All of one day? 24 hours, maybe. Pick me up at 7, we go to the dance. Yeah, 24 hours. I mean, he's already getting some. Guys, making out with a hot babe, and again, we're going to go ahead and say that's okay because all these actors are well into their 20s. And even, God damn it, take it for what it is, right? It's the same age people. So you purists in terms of reviewing old movies need to chill the fuck out. It's about the sentiment. And sorry, that's what we were all thinking about, boys and girls. Classic fan scene, though. Love this. What is the archetype of the fan scene? Is it a James Bond thing? Is it a Die Hard thing? I'm trying to think here. So we waste a lot of time here on this scene here. This is well done though. Those heels are strong. Yeah, I'm guessing it's a Die Hard thing, right? Anything in the air ducts is Die Hard to me. I think also the Stallone version of Judge Dredd for some reason. Let's just stay tuned, but been a while. Also, little aliens for sure, right? Crawling, but mostly Die Hard. All this is Die Hard reverence. I would say I like it, but I just am not into Seth Green. You dumb bitch, jump now. Great top down on Alba, who's not really a top heavy girl. So maybe not the reason, right? Well, you're dumb shit too. They're both dumb as shit. I'm sorry. For girl characters, these girls are awful. Just awful. She can't lift her up. I mean, she sees she's choking. You can't lift her up. Also, this high speed fan suddenly would not do this. It's on a blender, okay? It would stop. Red Lockers. What's up, baby? That's my high school. Yeah, I've been in art class too. So, I was in art class for 2 years. I should have been in all four. But I was a dumbass who wasted a lot of time, but did a lot of other shit. I've been a jock. I've been a musey. I've been an art fucking person. And still am. That's the fucking sigh of my generation, y'all. Like, look at what the world's doing right now. Come on. How many of y'all even have a house? Yeah. You drivers listen to fucking podcasts. All right, so Punch and Judy. But I don't, this scene here is only to add that silliness, right? Deadly Dilbert or whoever the fuck this is, right? I mean, it gives us a way to disguise the evil that's not a hand. I get that. So you have a puppet. Original ending, though, in the pool, opening up a portal to hell. I'm going to say that's definitely more fucking in line with the 80s and Raimi-esque horror. Pretty good lighting, though. I like this. Once again, cinematography, direction. Aw, sleepover reference. See, they are buds, even though they have kind of a duo-ship over Anton. It's just jealousy. Anton's the lead, right? Hell yeah. Damn. Yep. Let's make that remark. This is exactly why you don't want to have your leads go into this. But then again, here we have all the main characters back together. I guess main character is Seth Green. I guess that's why you're tuning in, right? Bigger star than Devon Sawa. And weed will save the day. You getting high with your friends? Well, girls in distress. Yeah. That looked semi-real. Yeah, and none of this makes any sense. Weed will not give you strength. It might give you I mean, he took a massive rip, but I don't know how big that bowl was. Nice jiggle. Also, weed won't hit you like this. It takes like 10, 15. Well done. Well, I mean, nice. Why were you holding out earlier? I don't remember in the original ending if that happens, but I like I like the whimper ending. Yeah, why not? Right? That's the fourth wave. Into fourth wave fucking comedy horror. Well, and here's a great song. If you don't know the song, then you and your girl weren't emo. Well, it seemed like yesterday. Damn. Ooh, la la. God damn, Alba. Hey, little girl, look. I believe Jessica Alba is now a billionaire from her skincare line or makeup or something. So, hey, little girl, look what you do. Hey, little girl. Oh, got that ass again. A little tap on it. Ba 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 doom. Skinny girl with big booty. Ouch. That'll do it. That'll kill you forever. I get nice having a Jew say that line. Sweet Jesus. Oh. Mm. Step into the light, my son. That's fuck you. I fractured every vertebrae in my body. But that's what you're into. Yeah, I mean, she's so cool with all this. His parents are dead. You know what I mean? Like, his friends are dead. To kick it with me. This is that fucking post Spice Girls bullshit. Taria, I ain't got no crystal ball. Well, I had $1 million, but I'd spend it all if I could find that Hannah and that Sancho that she found. Well, I'd pop a gap in Sancho and I'd slap. I'm so late, but go. Ah, baby, ooh, I really wanna say it can't define what love make it go. Till I get back from that Hannah of my own. Daddy's. I feel like the tempo in the movie's off. What do y'all think? Nice lighting. Ah, that was funny. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Still love this fucking film, to be honest. One of the best, underrated, unheard of films. Tom DeLonge, Drive Through Jockey. There you go. Fucking the band. The band, The Offspring. Okay, so is everyone. Dexter Holland gets the title. Absolutely perfect satire. Shout outs to the best horror movies. Weird cinematography and just encapsulates the last fucking dying echoing breath of the 90s of just malaise and fucking drug addled nihilism and just depression, but also, you know, this ideal, the ideal of the woman. So yes, this is a male fucking film, right? I mean, the female characters are just sexed up objects, but that is taken from 3 other generations since the 60s, right? So sex liberation since the 60s has carried over into this 4th wave fucking humor horror. Anyway, if you're a dude about to turn 40, watch this. Let me know what you think. Happy Halloween. And we have many more spooky films to come. Bye-bye.